It is a beautiful day right here in the capital city of Namibia, that is Windhoek, and it is time for EconoChat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. And speaking of the beautiful day, beautiful weather, we will be talking about water. Water. Well, the question's going, why water? Water is essential. We can't live without it. But also looking at it in economical terms.
Yes.
Can Namibia survive without water?
I think she can, because she's a desert. She's used to it.
Nah.
But
economically?
She doesn't go anywhere without water.
Certainly not. So a warm welcome to everyone, and that is what we will be talking about, water. Mr. Daniel Steinman, what made you choose to have this conversation today?
The rain season. We've been blessed with a very good rain season so far. It started late.
Very late.
The rains in January were very disappointing. And you must remember where we came from.
Yeah.
We've just come from a devastating drought. And that's not an exaggeration. That is, we're so used to being dry, but it was even drier than what we used to.
Yeah.
We had not enough water to sustain our daily life. And this is why I chose water when it transpired that February was a very good month for most of the country. I'll break it down now, and then we can look at a bit of the detail. But in general, February was a good month, and that continued into March. And the pattern has not been broken. And if I look at the weather maps over the last 2 or 3 days, I see positive expectations, good forecast for at least another 7, maybe 8 days. And we can go on and talk about the technicalities of weather, but I don't want to do that. I used to do that when I talked on NBC radio, explained a lot about the mechanics of weather. But from our point here, for our discussion here, I need to emphasize, the first point I must make is that water is the single most important economic element in Namibia. Now I want you to sit back and chew on that one a little bit. What the hell did he just say? Water. There is no economy in Namibia without water. Because we're a desert country, we are far more dependent on water than other jurisdictions or other economies. If you compare us to South Africa, their western half is also dry, and their northwestern corner that borders Namibia is also basically desert. And the Nama doesn't stop at the Orange River or the Kunene. It carries on into the southwestern corner of Angola and into the northwestern corner of South Africa. And the Kalahari is not restricted to Botswana. It is the Northern Cape, Botswana, eastern Namibia, southern Zambia, western Zimbabwe, even southwestern Angola is still part of the bigger Kalahari complex. So what does it mean for us? And this is the reality. Here we sit with the desert in the interior, the Kalahari, and it doesn't look like a desert. It's very deceptive until you go into it. and then you realize there's no surface water. Absolutely zero for at least about 10 months of the year in most places, and for about 9 months, 8-9 months in very large part, especially the northern Kalahari. Just as a reminder, something to tickle your fancy, the Okavango Delta is also part of the Kalahari. And one doesn't realize it because it's so wet. It's full of tributaries, and it's lots of water, and it's beautiful until you go there in September, October, beginning of November, before the Kavango River starts running higher. You know, the as beautiful as the Okavango Delta is in May, June, July, this is where the whole deception comes in. The moment you take the water away, it reverts back to desert. Now, this is the whole case with Namibia, you know, and we can go and look at the natural phenomenon that we call climate or weather, and we analyze it and we draw up maps, and there's some very good information available on the local climate. It's been studied very well, but, and this is the very big but, it is basically fundamentally unpredictable. And now I'm echoing Namibia's weatherman, John Olszewski, and he used to describe our weather as erratic. And you don't fully understand what he meant by it.
No,
but he was the one person who really understood our weather. You know, and the link between erratic weather and the economy is very clear, and that is what I want to continue with when we carry on, because it puts us in a difficult position in the sense that it's very risky to plan for the future in Namibia.
Okay, we'll rest on that one for now and then quickly go for a short break, and when we come back we continue this talk.